Hold on 1 second. I'll open the sound on my phone so you can hear it. Can you hear it? I don't. Now it's unstable. Hold on a second. Can you hear or not? I don't think you can. Let me check. I'm opening it on my phone. Let me see what you can hear. Yeah, but can you hear the people on Facebook? Hi, Helga. Let me see. You can hear me. Can you hear Marley? No. Wait, hold on.
Right? Like, this is something that I didn't do it, and I didn't. And where are you self-sabotaging by not?
All right.
Right.
Okay. Now you can hear Marley.
Yeah.
Because you can't hear.
Okay.
If I play it on another tab in my computer, you can't hear it, even though I can.
I didn't realize it was an expectation. And then I'm like, well, sometimes you don't, like, it's like, okay, for example, this might be a simple, silly one, but if I cook dinner, I expect the person that I cook dinner for to clean up. To a certain extent, but like I've also had conversations about it. Like, hey, I'm down to cook dinner anytime, but I just don't want to clean up. Or we can clean up together, like if that feels good. But if I cooked and cleaned every dinner, I would get resentful. It's like a building block to resentment. Unexpressed expectations lead to disappointment and built up resentment. There you go. That's what we're trying to say here. Solving world peace over here. Okay. One step at a time. Okay. How do you know? Oh, geez. Hey, everybody. Okay. Just pressing buttons. Golly, geez. Okay. How do you know if you like someone when it comes to dating? And how do you tell? How do you let someone
Butterflies.
All right.
You get butterflies. Little butterflies.
Like a good feeling. But what does a butterfly
We're listening
mean?
to Marley on Facebook Live.
Is it love? Is it
talking about
chemistry?
expectations?
What's the difference between chemistry and compatibility? Because you can be really like drawn to someone, but they might not be compatible with what you really want in your life.
Hello, everyone. Where are you tuning in from?
True. Communication is so important throughout the dating process. 100%. Communication.
I know that probably sounded loud. Sorry.
Practicing something. We're all practicing. But I think that's important, right? Because I've heard in a lot of people,
Coca-Cola.
I have definitely done this myself. I feel like your first love is this like young, naive, like you have nothing to base it off of feeling that people often chase like for a second time around. And
where's Loco's picture? I don't see it.
Don't find someone
that has that level of love,
there. Are you just dismissing them because it doesn't fit in that same like sparkly category of your first love? And like, how do you know that just because it doesn't have that sparkle that it isn't love? So I'm like, how are you relating to love? And what does it look like? Yeah. And And I think that it can be really easy to compare, relationships to relationships. And it's like the apples to oranges versus like really just honoring it as a different experience and being open to it. And there might be that initial chemistry where you might be attracted to someone, drawn to someone physically, like there's a great connection. But I think the compatibility piece is like, does their lifestyle align with mine? Do their values align? Like, what kind of person are they? What do they do for a living? What is their schedule like? What is their life like? What's their family life or their community life like, right? Like all of these, their hobbies, their passions, like, is there alignment there? And that doesn't need to be like same all the way, but like knowing, I think
Marley's
there's a piece
talking.
of being attracted to someone, but then knowing what you are looking for when it comes to a relationship that would be fulfilling and nurturing. And like
Marley
my
Williams.
belief or my hope would be like, I find someone who, again, it's like we're both two whole people coming together, like making each other better, versus that like whole like you complete me piece, which is why I think dating and is so much of an inside job of like, do I have enough self-love where I'm not
Hello, Toronto.
and I'm not just like saying
Chris and
yes to the
Martin.
person that comes along, but I'm like looking for both. I mean, I want both. I want chemistry and compatibility.
We're listening to Marley
And I
Williams.
think that's when I start falling for someone, is like there's that initial chemistry, but
Hey.
it's asking some of those other questions of, do their goals align with mine? Does their their lifestyle, that kind of thing.
I guess.
All right, let's see. We got questions coming in. My question is, how do you know if you have chemistry if you haven't spent much time in person with each other? My girlfriend lives in Canada. We met online and have been dating for almost a year.
That's amazing.
But because of the border closure, we've only seen each other in person once.
Who? That's
Wow.
Bo and...
Well,
sorry, that's Bear and Wolf Wolf.
Another word where it's like, what is chemistry? Like, how do you define chemistry? And it doesn't need to be words. It's like, what does it feel like? One of my favorite.
They come on my
examples for
broadcast.
absolutely everything is called the emotional drugstore. Have you ever heard of the emotional drugstore?
I have not.
I'll type in the chat who's talking, or did I already type it?
Like, okay, I have a headache.
I typed it. I didn't send it.
I'm going to go to the drugstore and buy myself some ibuprofen. I'm probably going to butcher this, but
I also have Bo, but Bo's not in the
if you
picture.
find yourself bored or like life is boring, it's like, do you go get drunk off of the like Robitussin?
Let me
on the
edit that.
shelf? Like, do you get drunk high off of the pain relievers on the bottom shelves? So it's a great way to just sort of like, if your life seems baseline or you're sort of low, and you call that friend that is like the drama queen of all drama, and you're like, oh my gosh,
there you go.
No way. You're getting like high off of someone else's like drama. Like, so it's like, what emotion is your thing? And so it's like,
what do you seek?
Yeah. And so it's just like, you're getting, so when I think about the chemistry part, it's like, do you get intoxicated by someone's like, presence? Like, are you just like so enamored by someone that you're like, you like forgot who you are? Or is it, you're just like someone who's constantly complaining, so you're just getting like, intoxicated by all of their worry or all of their fear, and you're just like taken out or sucked into it, right? And then sometimes you'll go home and you'll like still feel the lingering like, or you're like getting hooked into like someone's problems, and you're like,
oh, you're welcome. Have a good day.
Totally be in them. This person
Thanks for stopping
really
by.
me feel a lot of value or worth because I know all the answers to everything that's wrong with them. Like, I think it'd be a great fit. It's like, what does chemistry mean to you? What is
a healthy versus unhealthy? Like, what's
toxicity?
And what's the emotion that you are seeking in that? And I think that this question, I think, is a good one. It's like, if you haven't spent a lot of time with someone in person, how do you know if there's chemistry? And I think that there are ways to flirt online. Yeah. There's ways to like express like finding someone attractive.
We're listening to Marley Williams.
showing appreciation
Live
for
on
things that
Facebook.
you see in them and noticing, like, I don't know, for me, it's like oftentimes, honestly, it's like how my body responds to their energy and their presence, even if it's like over Zoom, or, you know, like, is there like that lust and that desire, and you can actually create that through flirtation and through creating those moments of intimacy, and you can create intimacy even across distance, I think.
Yeah.
And so
sharing deep.
What makes it, you know, what makes something like go from different from a friendship to a romantic relationship, I think,
intentionality
is that intentionality. But I think it's at that level of like chemistry and intimacy and sexual desire. Like, you can have intimacy with friends, but it's like, I think the thing that makes a relationship, an intimate partnership or relationship, romantic relationship, the distinction to me is that, like, that there's some sort of sexual drive there or attraction beyond intimacy.
I think that then the other level is sort of this like emotional connection.
Why is it saying red?
Like, if you're engaging, learning each other's love languages would probably also be good.
Red is not good.
It's like
words of affirmation.
Maybe you like to receive words of affirmation, and you're not great with
for the feed.
sharing words of affirmation. That
Let
could
me
be
see.
challenging. That could be a big issue.
If someone's like love language is physical touch, and you're online, like what are their other love languages?
Yeah.
Right? So all that to say is be aware of your unspoken
What's making it red?
I think is a big one. And how can you see them?
Is it the cloud?
To see them as standards. And if you do legit have expectations.
Now it says good.
The invitation would be to communicate what those are.
I think it would be really cool to have not met in person, because then you have nothing but really important things to talk about.
And you have like the mental connection, emotional connection, and then you get to cultivate the physical connection.
Yeah, that's great. Keep asking really deep questions, because intimacy isn't just sex. I think that's a great false myth.
Yeah.
Being intimate is like sharing life stories and sharing adversity,
being
and
able to be real
joy
and vulnerable.
Yeah. And if you can like that person inside now, learning those answers, I think you're doing great.
And then I think sex is just gets to be like the icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake. Yeah, I agree.
Boom.
I agree.
All right, everybody, let us know what you think. If you have any other questions, if you have other dating topics that you would like us to cover, feel free to let us know.
Yes, exactly.
We're going to try to do this every Sunday. We'll see how that goes.
And be compassionate and kind with yourself as you're learning and trying new things and hearing new things. We certainly have ideas, and they might fit for some people, might not fit for others.
True.
You can make it work if you
work it.
Try.
Make it work if you work it.
Yeah, right. So it's all a learning process, and the more that you can inquire and better learn and know about yourself, the more capacity you'll have to learn about others. The more you know.
That's a tag for NBC.
Love whoosh.
20 minutes. On the count of 3.
1, 2, 3. You're doing great. You're doing a great job.
Okay. All right. That was Marley Williams. Now, what was the... I don't understand with the film. Is the film actually showing at 6:30 or is it on demand? Let me look at that. Because it says I have to create an account. And someone sent me a message. I'm not sure who this person is, but, well, I mean, I know their name, but err on the side of being kind. unless you know that there's definitely some, like, unless someone's trolling you, or then if you're not exactly sure who someone is and they say hello to you, just be kind and say hello back, unless you're sure that it's like a fake Nigerian account with a stolen picture that when I report to Facebook, they don't do anything about those. It's like, what part of they stole someone's pictures and they're in Nigeria? Why won't Facebook block those people? There's a question for you today. All right, let me check this film. I'm going to check this film because it says, let me see. It says, I'm not clear if this is a collection of short films or if it's more than one film. Today's the last day to watch. Let me try and figure this out. All right, and a letter from Native Foods. Oh, they're talking about the Asian violence. Actually, I don't know if that's Native, who that message is from, whether it's Native Food or Native the deodorant company. I'll look at, but they were doing something in support of AAPI, the Asian American Pacific Islander, because of the Asian shootings of 8 women, 6 of them were Asian in Atlanta. Okay, your event starts in 2 hours. Log in and check for the event page for instructions to join. If you need to create an account, sign up with the email address you used. Let me try that and see what happens. Films are available. I'm still not clear on how many films there are. All right, so now what do I do? View event details. View your order. 6:30 to 9:30. Select a different date. Let me see. There are no other dates. Location. Already have a ticket, access the event. Okay, if you already have a ticket, then what do you do? Access the event. Watch here. Films are available through visit. Okay, let me do that. Let me pull that up on my phone. Okay, let me see what it says. There's a catalog. Okay, how do I log in? Log in. What's my password? Let me see. Can you still hear me? I don't know my password. Sending password reset link. Inbox. Let's see. Where's the password reset link? I don't see it. There it is. Reset password. Log in. Again. All right, if these films, if these films start, then I'm gonna end, I'm gonna, if the film starts, I'm gonna end this after I check, I'm gonna check one thing and then end my broadcast, okay? All right. Wait. Did I just close what I was, okay, here, this one. You have 6 hours to start watching this title. All right. Where's the sound? I don't hear anything. Where is the sound? All right, this is not, where is the sound? Resume, restart from the beginning, because there's no sound. All right, I'm going to end this because